Now, one thing I noticed is that we added this new segment to a lot of our new videos where we would take whatever pearl or component that we're using in our main project and we'll show you that in a bunch of different color variations at the end of the video. It's something you guys seem to really like and we like doing it too. Now, one thing that we really paid attention to is every time we use anthracite as a speed shape example at the end, most of you guys seem to think anthracite is the best one out of all of them. So what we wanted to do is take that feedback and translate it to large scale. Right here, we have my old RS6, and of course it has an anthracite base on it. So what we want to do is take an interference hypershift and drop it over the anthracite base so you guys can take what you're seeing at the end of the videos and see it go full scale. Now, the trick. I told Gabe to go ahead and choose whatever interference pearls he wanted for the project. So, Gabriel, what have you chosen? Gabe chose ZGF Hypershift. And what the heck is ZGF Hypershift?
Reds, greens, golds, a little
Reds.
bit of blue.
Let me show you a little ZGF. You're not going to see everything that it has to offer just on the finger here, but you're going to get a basic idea. So my only preference, my only suggestion on this one was we go as low of pigment load as possible. We've been using these interference hypershifts a lot in the past couple months, and we noticed something the other day. If you have a dark, deep base, the interference hypershift is going to give you a much more intense and opaque effect versus if you have a light, bright base. What that translates to is the darker and deeper the base you have, the less pigment you need to get that color shifting effect. The brighter the base, the more pigment. And what we want to make sure we don't do is completely suffocate or cover the different bases that we use on these projects, or else they'll all just end up looking the same. In other words, we want anthracite to play a role. So we're going with just 5 grams per gallon. And the new Gabe doesn't like this, does he? He looked at me and he's like, 5? How about 10? No, we're going to go with 5 grams a gallon. And to quote the old Gabe, we can always add more.
Definitely can.
So here's CGF. I'm thinking 3 coats is going to do the trick because this is a pretty a base that's on the darker side. So let me show you what ZGF looks like. And you can tell this is a lighter pigment load because normally you're not going to see the stick this much as we mix. This one takes a minute to break up, but let me show you this over the old stick of truth here. Yeah, this is going to be beautiful. So here's ZGF. Wow, that's a light pigment load. You can barely even see it on the stick. But like, you know, you can always add more, right? And it's my birthday today, so anything that goes wrong, I get a free pass on it?
Sure.
Right. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's go. All right, guys, we're all done with the project, and I'll tell you what, this is exactly why it's so important for us to read the comments. We never really would have thought that anthracite gray would be a good base for an interference hypershift, but you guys highlighted it, you called it out, and it looks like it worked pretty darn well. You know what to do. Take a good look at the end result, leave a comment below, and rate this for us 1 through 5. Let us know if you love it or if you hate it. And if you want to change the color of your own wheels, your own emblems, your own car, head to DipYourCar.com. All of our kits are do-it-yourself friendly. Gabe and I love the end result. We hope you do too. We'll see you on the next one.